Hello, everybody. Matthew Abdul, Damico, Joey Capece, Giancarlo Gregorio, Mike Naps, and myself, George Giancarlo. We read this book, Boys in the Boat, over the summer, and we want to talk to you about it.
All right, the first question. George Pocock and Al Uberson each stand as somewhat mythical figures in the Boys in the Boat. However, they were very different men with very different relationships. To the boys, discuss their differences in leadership style and their roles within the University of Washington rowing establishment. What about Pocock enabled him to connect with Joe Rance on such a personal level?
Well, honestly, I feel like they were both completely different people, you know? Because one of them was more on the lazy side, the other one was had more strength and confidence in the other one. Even though at the end they kind of switch roles when Pocock motivates, but Joe, you guys have something?
Pocock was lazy, and he was like the total opposite person of Al.
Yeah, and especially after the death of his mother, it motivated him to do better things.
Now, I think we should talk a little bit more about the death of his mother, because that was like a pretty big turning point in the story. Like, if that wouldn't have happened, what do you think would have happened?
Well, many say that he wouldn't have made it as far as he made it, and he only made it there because his mother died, and he used that to motivate him. But either way, he had the strength within him to do great things and be a good man.
When a loved one dies, like, all your energy and strength is drained, but it could also give you like a motivational purpose to like want to succeed for the person who died.
I mean, honestly, I can't speak for anybody because I haven't experienced that, but it's something that's unimaginable, and I can't see how somebody can end up competing in the Olympics, you know, so shortly after somebody passed away so close.
And also, in the story, Pocock was like completely opposite from Al, because Pocock wanted everything like handed to him. He felt that he deserved things and that he shouldn't have to like work as harder as everyone else, and he wanted just everything to be given to him. So Dom, how were the leadership roles like different in the story?
Well, for one character, he was a better leader. He wasn't lazy, and he did what he had to do for the team, and he supported all of the members of the team. But for the other, he was more lazy. He didn't do as much, and he didn't have the motivation that Al had.
All right, so what about Joe Rance? Let's talk a little about Joe Rance. He was the team captain on the Olympic team.
Yeah, like he brought George and Al together because he recruited the both of them to the same team.
He made them feel like they were all a part of the team and they were one big family. So that way they became a lot closer, and they had a good friendship.
I also want to say maybe something that they connected, because maybe Peacock took something from Uberson. Pocock, I apologize. Took something from Uberson, and Uberson took something from Peacock. So it was more like a mutual relationship, giving and going.
After the death of his mother, he's been missing a family for a long time in his life, and for the first time, he feels like he's got brothers, a team.
I feel that gap, that void.
People already have fears going into the Olympics because of like the build-up and how stressful it is. But if someone goes in with another problem on their mind, it's going to be harder for them to focus and like continue and try and win and be focused on the Olympics.
When competing, he wasn't just competing for himself. He was competing for his brothers on the team and for the memory of his mother.
All right, now on to the second question. Later in the book, it is noted all along Joey Rance had figured out that he was the weak link in the crew, which is on page 326. But that he found out much later in life that all the other boys felt the same way. Why do you think that was? And why do you suppose that they didn't reveal this to each other until they were old men? Who would you categorize of the weakest, and who do you consider the strongest, and why?
When finding out that all the boys thought they were the weakest link, it's not shocking, because the team was so strong and everyone was so close. They just assumed that everyone was so great.
I think it would have been bad if somebody would have claimed to be the best or to be the worst, because as a team, you really need to fight, especially in the Olympics. In such like a sport, it really counts on the team effort, not personal effort.
I think everyone else also, they count themselves as the weakest link because they want to push themselves to do better. And if you keep on telling yourself you're the weakest, you may want to strive to do better on the team, like help out more.
All right, well, let's see. Next question.
George, what was Joe Rance's role for the team?
Joe Rance was more of a leader, but I would say George Pocock, he was the guy who motivated the team. He was the guy who pushed them to be canoeing, do your own thing, and He was the one. He was the one who motivated the team. Joe,
like the
Al Ubrickson. He was the man to tell them what to do. So I have an example
pushed him, right?
from last year from the World Series, Game 7. It was in Progressive Field. It was a rain delay. And then there was a guy named Jason Haywood. He was on the Chicago Cubs.
304, 305.
He was not the best player, but he motivated in the rain delay. He motivated the team, the Chicago Cubs. Yo, we haven't won in 100+ years. We have the best record in the Major League Baseball. We gotta go out and win. Down 3-1, we have to win. We gotta go out there and win. And that's what the Cubs did that day. Game 7 broke the curse. World Series, baby. 2016 champs.
That was basically like his role,
Wait,
right?
they went on to win too, right? So that it's like same situation.
That was basically his role to push the team through.
The most important player on a team doesn't always have to be the best player, just as long as he keeps his friends close and make sure everyone's doing the right thing.
I couldn't agree more with you on that one, Dom.
There's no I in team.
And then at the end of the day, the worst thing in life is wasted talent.
Thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is from Joey Capece, Matt Abdul, George, Mike, Giancarlo, and Damico signing out. Have a great day.
Joey Capece,
305.
304,
1-3.